I hope you can hear me. I'm going to be off camera, but I'm here. Let's get a little sip of water before we get into the things. I know everybody and their mama is doing power, which always makes me reluctant to do the things that everybody else is doing, but I am a power girly, okay? Watch all the spinoffs. OG Power, all of that. And for those of you that have been here for a while, you guys know that I did recap Power Book 2 before, but I missed season 3, y'all. I missed season 3. I'm so mad at myself. But I'm here. Let me know if you can hear me okay when you come on. Come on into the room. Into the room. I don't think too many other people are having lives right now, which is a good thing. But like I said, I know everybody and their mama is covering it. Yeah. And I'm gonna give it a shot and see what it do. Hold on. I just want to mute this a second, make sure I can hear my mic. Okay. We good. I just have to check and double check. When you trip and fall on your face, you got to make sure you don't trip and fall on your face again. Okay. It's a big rich town. Yeah. I just come from the child. We back. We are back. And I was so hyped that I rewatched season 3 this week in preparation because I wanted to be on top of things. I know they give us that little, quick thing previously on Power, but I wanted to be like remembering everything vividly. So I did. I finished episode 10, I think, on Thursday. And I stayed up till midnight, y'all, because I could. Because I was off Friday. This is randomly like the only Friday that I was off. I was looking at the rest of part 1 and part 2. I'm like, I don't think I have another Friday off. So yeah, because I considered maybe doing this Friday nights, even though I have the Never Ever Mets in that spot. I think I got 2 more episodes left on that, but I'm like, no, let me not move it because I have other things that are coming. And then with work, I put, the 10:30 spot. That way, when I have to work on a Friday and a Saturday, I could get home and get on here to you guys by 10:30. Because if I try to move it up, it's just setting myself up for disappointment. So I stayed up. I should have took a little nap. Your girl was tired. And, right before it came on, and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to fall out. But mama, we made it. We made it. Happy 10 years, Power. I want to go back and do a rewatch of the OG season because I loved Power so much. I was a Ghost fan. I was a Ghost fan. Don't hate the player. But I want to go back and watch it. I know Pretty Girl Love Trap Content did a rewatch, so I would love to watch it. That's also why I'm trying. It's bittersweet that this is going to be the last season, that they're only giving us 5 and 5, 10 episodes. I'm like, could you have given us 6 and 6 and made it 12? Just give us a little bit more, but we're going to take what they give us. And I'm kind of happy that they're going to be going out on, at least I think, a high note in season 4, because I think around 4 or 5 is where the OG Power kind of fell off. But it is what it is, and I'm here to get into it. No theories. I probably won't give you guys any theories. I'll just give you my opinion, and sometimes it's going to be an unpopular opinion because I don't always agree with everybody as much. And even though I am as into it as everybody else is, I just, child, life be life and work be working. I said, y'all find the time to do all the thoughts and the theories in the 60,000 videos. But anyway, and since I'm not on the screen, he's kind of cut off in that little part. I just noticed. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. I put this little collage together. This was the best I could do of some of the shots from the episode. This is Power Book 2, Ghost Season 4, Episode 1, I Don't Die Easy. Who are we talking about, y'all? I think y'all know who we talking about. So we're going to get into it. Like I said, as y'all come into the room, just say hello. Let me know you're here. I'll talk to you, girl. So essentially, we are picking up where we left off, season 3, episode 10, and our finale. Baby, when I was watching that finale, I was like, by the time I got to episode 10, I'm like, wait, what about this? And I said, oh my God, they did all of this in episode 10, and episode 1 of season 4 did not disappoint either. They crammed a lot into this episode. So I was like, okay, we gonna see. Hey, Delicious. How you doing? I was just about, I love your picture. I was just about to get into this thing. So we're picking up where we left off. But first, the people was on to Obi. in his green cards because he said something about Noma going to get you for being incompetent. And they were like, what about you being disloyal? I said, how does everybody know, Obi? This is not good. Tariq did not make this thing, or Councilman Tate, so that, all the loose ends were tied up and nobody found out. So he had to take them out before Noma could get in there and hear what they had to say. He's like, they let in Ebony and Ivory, is what he has said. We know that's not quite what happened. But cool. We like Obi, especially since Obi is helping Tariq out now. I have not been the biggest fan of Tariq. I could not stand Tariq in the first Power, but here we are. I might not like him, but it's his show, and so we rooting for him. Now, Kane is hit, but he just wants to get Tariq because remember, he thinks Tariq is the one that made the attempt on Monet, and he was supposed to, but his mama got in the way of that. Thank goodness. But Tariq, of course, obviously gets away with Brayden. He's with Brayden and he's furious. He's like, these motherfuckers set me up. Even Snake Effie. I'm trying not to curse this early. Snake B Effie. I said, oh, that was the last person she said, because Tariq had it up to here, y'all. But he don't really have no plan because Brayden's like, okay, what's the plan? Like, I don't got no money. I don't got no nothing. I just got us out of here. That's all I could do. And Tariq is like, I'm going to cover this car, my brother. I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing either. So what they decide to do is I did a couple of these things out of order. So if you're like, girl, that's not the order of the show. I did a couple things out of order, y'all. They head to a storage facility because every good gangster got to have a storage facility to get the straps. And Tariq is like, we just going to go get Anya. And Brayden's like, that's not very smart. They probably already got her. He was like, nah. This is all we got. CMB, this is all we got. You don't trust Obi? Yeah. Woo! They did us dirty with Ghost that last season. Not that Ghost was a stand-up guy all of the seasons, but they really, I said, Miss Kemp, Courtney, if you will, okay? Not too much on Omari Hardrick, but yeah, I digress. I mean, you're probably right. Probably this season we can't trust Obi. We were lucky enough to be able to, trust him last season, that Tariq got out by the hair of his chinny chin. But this season, you're probably right because he is gunning for Miss Noma, okay? He wants to make that his forever his lady. So Noma's like, Tariq got to go. He knows too much. So she sends Drew and Diana to get him. Because everybody's like, why Drew and Diana? Diana, that's because Kane needs a doctor. Kane needs a doctor. There's going to be a doctor waiting at his penthouse. Oh, and guess what? She don't care about what had happened to Monet. This is the priority. She got to get Tariq's ass up on out of here. She's like, Effie, up, you can go on with him. And when you're done, since you done slept with Tariq, you can help find him. I said, oh, okay. Noma is not here to play. I mean, sometimes she play all day because Noma was not giving us what we ought to have been gave, but that's what they do in Power. They give us these villains and they really, really build them up, or antagonists, whatever you want to call them. And they really, really build them up to be big bads. And then it's like, womp, 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 womp. And that's kind of what we got here with Noma. So now Pinky, that's Tariq's homegirl. I don't even know. It's Pride Month. I don't even know if I should be saying homegirl, but Pinky has eyes on Anya, but she's on the move. So they've got security galore, of course. Unraveling? You nail on the head with that one. Especially you came for her baby girl. She don't know what to do with herself. So there's security galore, and Tariq is like, we gotta outthink them. We gotta work smarter, not harder. So now, baby girl, you see her in the middle in my little in my little thing I got here. She got her headphones on. I said, are these the app? These are not Beats by Dre. Are these expensive Apple headphones? Because Mama didn't hear nothing. They sent a car, old Trick put the brick on the thing, let the car go. There was nobody in it. So they, come from behind and they take everybody out. But the driver still gets away with Anya. Thank God for her. Not so good for Tariq and Brayden. So now, of course, Noma is pissed. But Obi's like, he don't want to jeopardize what they built. I said, what? Y'all, they? Who? We? It's French now. But this isn't what she was supposed to be doing. This was supposed to be Mecca's job. And I don't know. It's a show. Like I said, We here for Tariq, but I don't know why Noma let these kids do this job. You thought that kids could okay. All right, we gonna let you have it because I mean we're here now. So Obi said, "Let me help you," because he want to step into Noma's shoes and he want to step into Noma's. He wants to step into Mecca's shoes and to Noma's pants, which gets him slapped. I said, "Oh, not the right time, Obi. Try again." Now this gets him slapped, and she puts 100K on Brayden and another 100K on Tariq's head. I said, yikes. Too bad I'm not a criminal because that 100K sounds quite nice right now. Let's see. They did a scene just like Reek when Ghost and Reek were making. Yes. Listening to that music and missed the whole. Yep. Yeah, you know they like to redo scenes in Power. There was something else they redid in this episode too. You probably caught it. I know I didn't put everything down in my notes, but yeah, I'll actually leave this up here for a little while because they do definitely like to redo scenes. So now Anya's home. She's annoyed. She being a little bit of a brat. And she's like, she don't want to live this way. You know, mom didn't take out her dad, but she doesn't know anything about that. And Noma's trying to get her to focus on school. And she's like, maybe you shouldn't have pulled me out of school. But Anya, she just knows that there's something that her mom isn't telling her because Noma, I have in here, is giving very much Tariq and Ghost. Noma, much like Ghost, has kept this whole life away from Anya. But Anya, like Tariq, she's not stupid. And it's funny because I think I tweeted at the beginning of the episode because I remember saying it after rewatching season 3. Tariq is ladies' love, okay? All the little girls like Tariq, okay? So I said, wouldn't it be funny if she falls for him like the rest of the ladies do? And now watching this, they're like birds of a feather. They're just one and the same. He is her and she is him. So we're going to see what this season gives. And I kind of hope that that's what happens. Just because slide onto really grind Miss Noma's gears. You think that Mecca is, yeah. I mean, especially since they're giving us this actress who she is gorgeous, by the way. She is so beautiful. But yes, with them giving us this actress for sure, it's giving Mecca could be your daddy. But he either way, real daddy, fake daddy, both of them is gone. Hey, Monique King. Yeah, yup. Baby, what kind of headphones are these? Okay, because I need them. Okay, because these kids be noisy. Are they the Apple ones that are expensive? Because I got some Beats. The Beats is okay, but they ain't that. But I digress. So, like I said, I am really excited to see, and I hope that that is going to, be a thing. So now Junior and this doggone jump drive, he goes to Blanca for help, and she's like, everyone has moved on. Even Jenny's old funky behind, because I was kind of hoping Jenny would get her just desserts this season, but I don't even know if we're going to see Jenny. I was like, you got off too easy, sis. Got Sax out of here, because I was still mad. I tweeted about that. I was still mad that they used new Theo to take out Sax. I was like, no, we couldn't stand Sax at all. We wanted Sax out of here for seasons on the OG Power. And y'all done brought everybody except the Ghost on over to this show or onto the spinoffs. And this is what you do? I ain't like that, not one bit. So he says, he's found a connection between Obi, Tate, and Tariq via the green cards. Like I said, this must have not been tied up well at all. But Blanca's kind of telling him, like, listen, let it go. And he does not, because later he's going to run up on Tariq. But first, we got to see up there him and his mama. He'll go talk to his mama about it. And when he brings up Tariq's name, baby, she said, oh, hell no, drop it right now. Do you know what that name did to our family? And he knows, but he says that he's not going to do anything dangerous like TT. Again, I was up watching it at midnight, tweeting. And when he first went to Blanca, I said, all right, Junior, don't end up like Auntie Angela. And for sure by the end of the episode, I mean, and I had no idea they were going to give us all of this in episode 1. I knew it was going to be fast paced if we started off where we left off at, because there's no way you could slow it down without skipping something. So I was, grateful for that. Kept me, on the edge of my seat watching. Luckily, because otherwise your girl would have been fell asleep because I ain't take no nap. but I stayed awake. But I did not plan on Junior not making it to see the end of episode 1. But I digress. Her brother would that technically be her brother though? Because Zeke is Mecca. If Mecca is her daddy, then Zeke is her brother. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yep. Just like TT Angela. So now Kane is over Effie. They in the car. Now they're supposed to be on the way to the. Was he driving? Or was she driving? Either way, they're supposed to be on the way to this penthouse to go meet the doctor to get this bullet taken out of his arm. She's telling him kind of thank you because nobody ever looks out for Effie. Effie always got to look out for herself. So you remember in season 3, he had gave it a burner phone to warn her about old girl when she was locked up. So she's grateful for that, but he has other things on his mind. She's like, this is not the way to your penthouse. So he's ready to hop out, but she doesn't agree to it. He wants to go to the Weston's house, which I think is a stupid idea. She thought it was a stupid idea, but we know Kane is not always the smartest, grade of whatever in the dispensary. So she goes on about his business. He hops out and goes on his business. I guess he must have not been too far at that point. So he walks on over there. I don't know where she was because how he make it over there faster than you did? I don't know. Anyway, he gets there and he beats the mess out of Trace. I mean, I wasn't mad because Trace is a jerk, but at the same time, damn. Because what could they possibly have known? And how you beat that boy's behind like that with one wounded arm? But I digress. Papa Weston is trying to stop him when Effie finally comes in and has to almost pull this man up off of him. And she's reasoning like, you hurting them is not going to help us because they don't know where Brayden is. Again, stupid move. I don't know why he went over there in the first place. The only thing that they're going to do is make that family not like them even more. And they, Papa Weston said he wasn't going to call the cops. So he got 1 point and then he lost 10 points 20 minutes later. But here we are. So he says fine. He leaves. He don't call the cops. And I just was like, Kane, come on now. Like you shot. You mad about your mama. You not thinking straight. You always got a hard on for Tariq, which we don't understand why. What I would have loved to see, which is why I wanted to cover season 3, but at this point, child, just forget it. Would have been for Kane and Tariq to team up together. I like Kane. I don't know, maybe because I like to look at him because he once was Bobby Brown. That's why I said it's gonna be unpopular opinions over here, okay? Because I know the man is gonna come for my throat. Okay, I'm gonna come for my throat, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Anyway, I digress. So we get Monet, and Monet is in the waiting room, if you will. She's ready to go to the upper room. When we get Ghost on Ghost, that's them in the top. It's a tag team. It's Lorenzo and Mecca because we know Monet got a type. She like a little light skin baldy beans, right? So she's like, I'm not dying. She hard-headed. She's very hard-headed. That's what she's given all time. Well-dressed, hard-headed. So she's like, I held it down when you were in jail, and you were the mistake that I made that made me a survivor. Child, I'm tripping over my words because Monet was just going off. She was like, y'all gonna try to tell me things about myself that are not true. So she says to Lorenzo that taking Zeke out was unforgivable. And he's like, you always add hurt on hurt. So now you take your kid's father away. I mean, yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. And I know so many people want Monet's ass up on out of here, baby. So Mecca's like, you've been hurting. He says she's been hurting these kids since the day that they were born. But Monet's like, I didn't get them in the streets. I just made sure that they survived it. Lorenzo's like, that's what you've been telling yourself. But essentially, she was the one that took it to the next level. So it all weighs on her. I said, yeah, I guess. And she's like, everything I did was for this family. And now, while the sirs were not wrong, they were right. They were right. However, karma, these men are not innocent either, but we're not talking about them because they're gone and she's hanging on by a thread. So, yes, tell her about herself and also shut the F up because y'all wasn't ish either. But I digress. So she's barely holding on. And Drew is saying to Diana that when she wakes up, it's over. It's her or them. You know it. Because she barely like y'all. She barely like y'all kids. Zeke was her favorite and he wasn't even with her. Kane is like 50-50, but he's a mama's boy. But y'all too, yeah. It's she don't even like y'all like that. So definitely if she finds out y'all try to take her out, Drew is not wrong. It's them or her. And Diana's like, oh, but she tried to save me. Now I knew the moment when Monet gave Diana that speech in the truck right before Tariq was supposed to swing into action and do what he did, and she tried to get her out of there, that she had a second thought. And Drew was kind of trying to remind her, like, she had to live this life. We wanted to get out of this life. And she took out Poppy, like, why are you trying to change it up? But since Tariq knows too, he gotta go. So again, bad plans on bad plans. They decide, or Drew decides, that they're going to kidnap Becca. They tell Becca that Brayden's in trouble. He owes money to some bad people, and like, come with us. No, don't call your folks. He won't want you to do that. Now the plan is to call Brayden and get Tariq involved, which Tariq, at a sense, didn't fall for it. He didn't fall for it at first, but he had to go help his good boy Brayden. So now, after we have this failed, it's like I said, I'm doing things a little bit out of order, trying to put things together, how they made sense to me. After this failed attempt with Anya, Brayden gets the call and he takes off because Tariq is like, yeah, it's a no for me, dog. Now Tariq calls Davis, who got his hands full with two women. I said, where is the wife? Where is his wife? Where is wife Davis? But Davis is like, listen, I'm not a lawyer. I'm in trouble with the bar. I don't have no attorney-client privileges. Tariq is like, I need help, man. And he's like, I am helping. Be safe. And he hangs up. And I'm like, ooh, okay. I mean, he's not wrong, because if you say something you ought not say, can't protect you. Hey, Tamika. Hey. Yes, listen to my girl. Hit that like, turn on notifications, subscribe. So again, I want to know where Davis's wife is. Are they going to tell us? I guess they thought we forgot, child. I don't know. So Davis ain't got no help for Tariq. Now the doctor, he gets the bullet out of Kane. He has a bug up his ass because he's worried about his mom. So, Effie got to try and calm this man down because he's just, screaming at the doctor and everything else. And it works, she giving him the kisses and the hugs and everything, but he's like, you trying to distract me. She's like, Tariq got to go, right? She looking like, oh shit. Because she got one foot in and one foot out. One thing Effie gonna do is sit on either side of the fence. That's what sis is going to do. And I was like, okay. Woo, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Because that man gets better with age, because he don't got to be looking good like that. Okay, that's the scene that I should have got instead of this other one. But I got what I could. Because I just like to look at him, and I just want him to always stay on Tariq's team, so we could always root for him. So they get a call from the hospital. Now they're supposed to be transporting Becca to the pier to meet up with Brayden, and Diana gets a call from the hospital, so she want to go check on Monet, because like I said, Monet done tugged at the girl's heartstrings ever since season 3, and then she took that bullet for her. But Drew's like, you want to go ahead and get you a cab. Okay, Drew. Rude much. So she leaves, and now Becca could kind of feel like something's up. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you to Brayden. So now they get to the pier. They're waiting at the pier. And she goes to make a call, but no. I said, I guess everybody's saying, well, Kira, if they took her phone, and it would look suspect, but it's just the plan wasn't well executed. Asked to use the phone for something and drop it and break it, child. I don't know. Figure out something. I'm not a criminal. Figure out something, but y'all letting her keep her phone was not it. So now they fighting over the phone, and she gets a face full of mace the way I hollered. It was not Drew's day. Drew is giving very much rain cloud over his head all episode, and I didn't much care. It's not a smart criminal at all. And that is part of me that doesn't like Monet, because them two was not built for the game. They smart, but when it comes to there's street smart and there's book smart, and you should just let these kids go and live their life. He wants to be a basketball wife, and Diana wants to go chase Tariq around. So she takes off running. Brayden is on his way, and they like in the garage or whatever. So he gets there, he hops out the car, and instead of the both of them getting in the car, they run and hide. I'm like, I don't really know why that was the plan, but okay. So now as they're running and hiding, Tariq's, comes on, saves the day. He T-bones Drew's car. And now they both all messed up. They both all staggering around, getting out the car. Tariq trying to, point that thing at at Drew, but he's all disoriented because he didn't crash into him, and Drew done got mace in his face, and he dropped is a whole mess. So Brayden finally he hops in the car. He got Becca in the car. He's like, "Come on, Reek, get in!" So he gets out and gets back in the car. They drive off. Now later on, he goes and he takes Becca home. And Pops is like, "This is you and all your drug dealing." I said, "Oh boy." And this is where Papa Weston sounding like a Weston, okay? So he's like, "Leave and never come back. You know, those thugs came here looking for you. Look at your sister. Like, they beat Trey." Sir, we don't care nothing about them beating Trace half to death, okay? Nothing at all. Not even a stitch, not an iota. Look at your sister. And Papa Weston gonna say, "Those jungle bunnies turned you into a little white monkey, not my son." Sir, let me put this up here. Sir. Becca's trying to interject. She's like, "Dad, that's your son." "Oh, not anymore." Even Brayden was like, "That's racist." Yes. Like Tamika said, racist dad can go. I don't care if we don't ever see not a Becca, not a Trace, not a Papa Weston ever again in this season. Hang it up flat screen. I'm done. I don't want to hear nothing else he has to say. Okay? Because yuck. The uncle was despicable, and the daddy is just as despicable. So now Zeke makes an appearance. He comes to visit Monet. Now they should have put all of this together. That's why I grouped it together the way I grouped it together, because they had one scene with her and Lorenzo and Mecca, and then they had another scene, and that's why I just smushed it all together. But I left Zeke's scene separate because I was happy to see Zeke, and I hated to see Zeke go. I really, really did. So she's like, he's saying that she didn't make things right. And she's kind of saying that she thought giving him away was the right thing to do. Child, as a parent, sometimes you be thinking it's the right thing to do, and it just really don't. And he says that she used him, and he should have just let her stay. She should have just let him stay in North Carolina. And I agree. I was like, why did you bring this boy up here in the middle of? Bring him up here and keep him blind to what's going on. Like he wasn't going to end up in the middle of it. Like at least in North Carolina, there's no connection that somebody down there is. Child, she should. I like seeing Zeke too, Tamika. They should have left poor Zeke where he was at. Sorry, I had to have a little water break. So she's like, she wants a second chance to do right for her kids, even though she knows that she does not deserve it. So she asked him to forgive her before Zeke just poofs and disappears. I'm like, oh, like I said, I was sad. Zeke ain't have much to do, but I was sad when they got rid of Zeke. And then Mecca was another, he was another Noma. They brought him on. He was so big and so bad, and we got his ass out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry. And now Noma is looking the same way. So we haven't had a formidable antagonist in quite some time, but yeah. So Davis is on the phone talking about multiple conflicts of interest. Is BS. Sax was a snake. If he was alive, he'd be disbarred. Yep, but that's what that's all about. But he has to go because he got some visitors. Again, I got that on my screen. I put this little collage together. That's all we got. We're not going to do slides. We're going to do one comprehensive collage of whatever your girl can get. So it's Noma and Obi, and they have a proposition. They want him to give up Tariq. And he's like, he can't. And Noma's like, I could be an ally. I got all the things, and life is wonderful if you come to this side. And I'm putting $100K a piece bounty on him and his little boy, Brayden. So he hits her with the, as much as he hates to say it, is F your money. I was like, oh, Davis, me likey, because we know you're about that dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Wu-Tang very much. And she's telling him he's gonna regret it. And he's like, I don't do regrets, ma'am. So he calls Rick and's like, you got to get the F out of New York. And he's like, oh, now you want to talk. He's like, I got that soft spot for the underdog. He's like, Noma done put $100K on each of your heads. So I suggest you get some money and get going. And once you get out of town, let me know if you're safe. So he's got a little stash over, I'm going to say Stansfield fake school, because New York would never. he's telling Brayden, like, listen, I apologize for getting you into all of this. And Brayden's like, no, I came back for you. He's like, nah, just all of this. Imagine life outside the game. Us, it's just two college students. Tariq. Tariq and Brayden both, to be perfectly honest. Your family's rich, Brayden. You didn't have to get into this. You did this shit for fun. Tariq, your parents tried to keep you out of the game. Sent you to private school. Sent you on what they thought was the right path. You ain't have to do this shit. But here we are. Now you're like, we can't do nothing else. Really? Really? Okay. All right. Effie, maybe, even though we don't really know what Effie's backstory for what is other than she was assaulted. Child, please. So Brayden's like, okay, Rick, you're the only family I got. So, it's time they do their little handshake. But now they got to get to Stansfield because they got to get this money and get the heck out of Dodge. Baby, don't even make it out of Dodge. They don't make it out of Dodge. They don't get to New Jersey. They don't get to nowhere. They just still in New York. So when they get there, Brushandria, she's mad because they don't speak. But then here comes Junior's old jankety ass. And she kind of, diverts him because, not Becca is the sister, her roommate. She don't got no street smart. So she's like, nope, that's 12. So she has Junior on his way. Because he's like, what about me says I'm a cop? Everything. From the top of your head to the bottom of your hard bottom shoes, sir. I don't even know if he had hard bottom shoes on, but he looked like he had hard bottom shoes on. So she sends them away, only for Kane and Effie to walk up and Brushandri to ask Effie, like I said, Kane standing right there, is Tariq in trouble? Because there was a police looking for him. So now they know that Tariq is on campus. I said, Brushandri. Now this is right after they get that 100K text from Noma. Now they're not the only ones that get it. But let me pause for the course. Because Brushandri, girl. If you keep your mouth shut to the feds, to the police, why? Because I have one word, Lauren. Because and here we are. So they're not the only one that gets a text. Apparently, Noma has an arsenal full of hitters on standby that she sends this text message to. And I said, oh, it's about to get ugly. It's about to be a real John Wick affair. Now, the episode was already action-packed. And I was like, yes, we about to get some more. And we seen the people, but we didn't get nothing. Why we didn't get nothing, Kira? Ask me. Why? Junior, that's why. So they get their money. And Effie sends a little text to warn Tariq. And I'm like, again, Effie, you and your girl down below, like, y'all don't know where y'all want to be. Like, y'all want Reek, but Reek don't really want you. So you falling back on Kane. You hate him, but you love him. You love to hate him. Ciara, you just can't leave him alone. Please. At the end of the day, I wasn't mad because, yes, like I said, we are rooting for Tariq. We got to get Tariq's ass up on out of here. So now he's in the garage. They about to, I'm assuming, make a dash for it. And here comes Junior's old ass talking about these goddamn green cards. Tariq is like, I don't know about no green cards. I don't know no Tate. I don't know no Obi. I don't know what I'm talking about. So he brings up Noma, and Tariq is not flustered. He ain't new to this. He's true to this. So, Tariq is like, since you're so smart, since you got your degree and you know every freaking thing, right? He's like, yeah, just like my aunt Angela Valdez. I said, oh, baby, the way that Tariq cannot stand your TT, you didn't say the wrong thing to the wrong person. Brayden was like, who? Who's Angela Valdez? Federal prosecutor. She was my dad's B. I said, told you, of all the names. Junior, you should have tucked that one in your back pocket, okay? You should have waited till you caught Tariq, or at least you thought you had Tariq in cuffs or up on the ropes to bring in Angie. Because now he's mad. Now he wants smoke. He want to do everything, but child, we already know, because he's an Angela ruined my life. Even when he took out Ghost, he brought up old funky ass Angela. We hate her. We really do. We really, really do. Let me gather myself. Okay. So anyway, like I said, wrong road, Junior. So Junior continues to just spill all the tea. Tell Tariq everything that you know so he can figure out how to get out of it. So he tells him about Sax's file. And then Noma's guy, he's hiding around the corner the whole time. He can't take no more. He can't take it. He don't even want to hear Junior. He gets to busting, okay? I'm gonna get this money here, right there. This ninja keep talking. I don't want to hear it. So now, it's a shootout, if you will. Junior ends up taking him out. So now they dipping and dodging and hiding behind the cars because they gotta get him, right? And Tariq gets to jump on him. He gets to jump on him. He gets that damn hard drive right out of his pocket. I said, baby, ooh, you should have done your homework and your research because the St. Patrick's, you ain't got nothing on the St. Patrick's. You ain't got nothing on the St. Patrick's. And even though Tariq thinks he's as good as his dad when he, child, like it says up here, like father, like son, you should just left it alone, Junior. But here you are. So he gets the hard drive. He tells Brayden to get to hit his phone. And he's like, he gonna FaceTime Noma because he's trying to get his ass out of this. So he's like, listen, the feds are on to you. You know, I can handle if you want. I could do what you need me to do. But as a box of rocks, dumb as a box of rocks, you're not very intelligent. And you had no backup. So he's like, yeah, but I'm gonna need a truce. They go ahead and put Tariq's ass on hold. I said, you did not put him on hold. Like, and Junior's dumbass gonna sit there the whole time. He's hemming you up. You ain't fighting. You ain't moving. You just sitting down there. But are you gonna fight? Are you gonna try to move something? I mean, you would have had to shoot me in my ass or something. He ain't tried nothing. I know Tariq is like, what the? Puts him on hold. Obi's like, listen, I feel like we need to take the truth. We can't go back to Italy. This is all we got. So Noma is like, all right, but I'm telling you, when the smoke settles, I want Tariq's ass out of here, right? She's already mad about her daughter. So she gets back on the phone. She accepts the truth, but she's like, but you can't move no product no more. So Noma tells them, stand down. She sends the text. Yeah. I was holding my head too. I was like, "Ain't you sitting on the ground? Ain't you sitting on the ground waiting on the hold? Do 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 do." Elevator music. You about to go? You about to meet your maker? So Noma sends, the message to stand down, and Kane's like, he's gonna pretend like he didn't see it. But before we even get to that, right? So Tariq gives Brayden the money and was like, all right, you got to get out of here. They hatched this plan. Brayden gonna go and call on the campus phone. And Tariq, all the hitters, they gotta have a little speech. So he's like, your aunt was the worst mistake that ever happened to my dad. She was no good for him. Obviously, he was no good for her. I mean, a whole little soliloquy. We already know. He takes him out. I was like, R.I.P. Junior. But then again, duh, because why? So, like I said, Kane's like, he gonna pretend like he didn't see it because he's still going for Tariq. And he sees Tariq and he gives chase. And now he calls Drew on the phone. Listen, homeboy. Noma gave me a truce. I promise, if you do not get Kane up off me, I'ma tell him what I know. You better get your brother. And Drew's like, fuck. So he got to take off running. Because Monet gonna be on that ass. I'm just curious to see how this whole thing unravels, baby, because once Tariq knows, like, how do we get past? And I honestly believe that Kane, because y'all so stupid. And Kane, like I said, he ain't the brightest one in the bunch, but he gonna figure it out. If he can figure out Lorenzo and Zeke, come on now. But I digress. So Diana, she goes and pays a visit to Monet. Drew calls her. He's like, listen, Becca got away. Tariq got away. And Tariq is going to tell. So when she wakes up, I need you to smother her ass with that pillow. I was like, cold-blooded. Drew is cold-blooded. But I mean, I get it. Because you're scared. Because you shook. Because Monet don't play that. But I said, okay, here we go. Diana, she crying over Monet. She can't do it. She can't. Hey, JB. We was just talking about your favorite person. So Diana's just crying over. He's crying over Monet. She's like, I miss you. And baby, she wakes up. I said one fucking episode, Power. One episode. Y'all got Monet down for one episode. Y'all couldn't bring her back in episode 3. Nah. MJB had to get all her paycheck. Okay. I mean, I did see her name. She got a producer credit this season. I did notice that at the beginning. I said, oh, Mary J got her producer credit. I know JB want her ass out of here. One episode, Power. One fucking episode. Okay, child. I guess so. So Tariq gets over there. He tells the cop what happened because we're gonna say it's it's a school person. They don't fool with that. So now Drew, he hobbles up and tells Kane, stand down. Diana said it wasn't him. Mom's up. We could talk about when we get to the hospital because Kane is not buying. And he was like, oh, okay. It was him. Now it's not him. All right. So they get to the hospital. Drew is mad. He gets to Diana first. And he's like, basically, bitch, you didn't do what I asked you to do. Like, it's on sight. He's upset, but they don't even have time to talk about it because Kane comes walking up again. Like I said, y'all talk so much that even if he don't figure it out, he just going to walk up on a conversation and it's going to be over for the two of you. So Kane is like, oh, so it's some other skinny, big-headed nigga that shot mom? I said, well, what y'all got to say about that? Huh? Hello? Nobody? Nothing. Okay. So she's like, it was a mistake. So Monet, she wakes up. She tells the kid she loves him. And she's like, who did it? They eyes is looking around. Kane's like, we don't know. She's like, I need you to find out. Ma'am, you're still in the hospital bed. You was just in a coma 3 seconds ago. Like, sit your ass down. And it looks like they're going to just swing her right back into action. In a perfect world, like I said, we should have sat Monet down at least till episode 3, since we got 5 and 5. Sat her down to episode 3 and kind of wean her in the last 5 episodes if you want her back in. But like, y'all rushing. And I hate that y'all rushed it. That's why we should have got 5 seasons. We should have got no break, in my opinion. I know I'm almost at the end, but we should have got 10 straight episodes. We like to give us a break somewhere in the middle after episode 5 or 6 or whatever. Give us that 1 week break, give us 10, and then give us 1 more for the final 5. I feel like 5 is a sweet spot. I feel like that's where the OG power kind of went down, down the drain. I was talking about that earlier. So I wish they had, did that because I feel like they're rushing a little bit. Listen, I'm here for the ride. The ride is awesome. It's amazing. I'm here. I typically don't rate episodes, but I would say I give it like a 7.5. I want to go too high, but if I had to, that's where I'll be at because we have room to grow. So now Tariq is mad that he can't move no product. And Brayden's like, maybe it's a blessing. He's like, Noma could be waiting for us. She wants us dead. What happens if Monet makes it? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. What are we going to do? Tariq, wasn't you just in the car saying, oh, imagine if we were just 2 regular college students and we didn't have to take the money and go. Take the money and go. You just was reminiscing or daydreaming about y'all being 2 regular college students. Take the money and go. Then you don't have to worry about Noma. Then you don't have to worry about Monet. But then again, this is a Tariq show, so we wouldn't have a show without Tariq and Brayden. So I get it. But we could have cut that scene out altogether if you was going to be mad you couldn't move no product. But okay, whatever. We going to go with it. Just was complaining. So now we over at the church. I don't got no pictures of this. That part. Let me look. I don't think I got no pictures of this man because anytime I see old Light Eyes, he's supposed to be playing Detective Carter. We see him at the church. Anytime I see him, he is the show killer. I don't like this man on nothing that he's on. He always plays the bad guy. He always plays the antagonist. Me and Michael Ealy ain't been right in many shows. For Colored Girls, Reasonable Doubt. I mean, you just line them all up. He was on Bel Air. I don't like nothing about him. I'm very, very, very DMX or Kendrick. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate it all. I don't like nothing about him. Okay. The eyes are beautiful. Let me not say that. The eyes are beautiful. So he's in the Catholic Church. He's saying, when did I see? And I guess Kane and them are Catholic too. Yeah, because they were in the Catholic Church last time, and I remember the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That was season 3. So he's in his confessional talking about, he's filled with bitterness, all of the things, and he's like, the pastor's asking him, have you, or bishop, whatever the man's title is. I should know. I went to Catholic. I'm not Catholic. I went to Catholic high school. You think I would know the titles? I do not. Anyway, he's asking him, has he acted on it? And he was like, no, da 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 da. And he's talking about Denise. Now everybody want to know who Denise is. Now Denise is supposed to be played by is that Maya from Girlfriends, I think, because everybody want to know, oh, who is Denise? Who is Denise? Who is Denise? And he says something about her being gone. He's like, no, she was murdered. But he's talking about the task force keeps him busy. I'm like, oh, child. Hey, Greta. Hey. He is about to cause havoc. I guess this is going to be our, since Noma is slacking on her macking, okay? And Blanca then gave up the ghost, which I was surprised. I'm like, not y'all. Blanca done gave it up. Blanca supposedly has given up the ghost. And Jenny's old funky ass is going to chase the Italian. I guess we got Detective Light Eyes, and he's definitely about to cause havoc. Because I was looking at them little, the trailer for the season, and I was like, we got to know what his connection is to James. But they going, that's why I said I'm not going to do theories. I'm not going to read too much into it. The only thing that I pulled off the top of my head after watching season 3 was the whole Anya and Tariq thing. And then once we got introduced to Anya, I'm like, okay, y'all must be on the same page, because y'all are making these two people very similar. And while Tariq does have a bevy of girls, to me, like, none of them really work for them. Lauren was, I guess, the Angela. And then I don't know if Effie was supposed to be the Tasha or Diana. I guess Diana was supposed to be the Tasha. One of them. I ain't like none of these 3 women for Tariq. So I was like, maybe they'll give us, and she's beautiful. The actress that they picked is beautiful. So, child, we're going to see. But let's wrap this whole thing up. So now he's about to come out, and here comes Pa's old funky ass. She just can't mourn in peace. You lost Angela, and then you let your son go on the force, and here we are. So she's like, oh, Junior was murdered. And, we find out he had just joined. Well, they talk about him just joining the DEA. They said it was a school, right? But he was also investigating Tariq St. Patrick, which, sent off all kinds of bells and whistles in Pa's head. And she believes that Tariq is responsible for it. Now, she's not wrong, but it's leave Tariq alone. But Tariq needs a formidable opponent. So here is Detective Carter. She asks for help, and he says, I'll nail whoever took your son out. And that's where the episode ends. So Detective Light Eyes is about to be on his job. He about to really shake shit up. He's coming for Tariq. He's gonna go to Davis and ask Davis for help. I've seen in a little clip. Effie about to Effie with Noma, which if Noma wasn't such I don't know, she ain't doing so good. Her and Effie could be a little team of teams. I just, we got all the way to the end and we still don't know who freaking Effie is, and I don't know that I care anymore. But her and Noma would have made a good team. But now I'm like, want for Noma. Hopefully Davis is gonna stick beside Tariq and not help Carter out. And Monet is back, and she's about to, be back into the swing of things. Like I said, I think they could have left her in the hospital a little longer. We didn't need all of these scenes with these honestly, that is the only thing I really hated about this episode. I did like seeing Zeke, but I was like, the Lorenzo and the Mecca thing, I was like, really? After seeing 1 ghost and then 2 ghosts and then Zeke came, I said, you bet not. Y'all bet not show me another ghost. I can't take no more. I don't want to see Angela. I don't want to see nobody. Don't show me not another ghost on ghost. So they honored that for this episode. That was the only thing that I didn't like, that I thought was corny. I mean, I guess she had to, see the upper room and see the light and all of those things, but we could have made that a smaller scene. And we didn't need to see her too much in the hospital. So let her ass sit up there in a coma, okay? For 3 episodes, wake her up, and then don't bring her back till episode 6. But nobody listens to me. I'm not a writer. Just a little civilian that's watching and recapping the show. That's watching and recapping the show is one of my favorites. Who would have thought? Because like I said, I could not stand Tariq, and I really hate that Tommy, who was our fan favorite, got the worst spinoff of them all. I'm like, how? Raising Kanan and Power Book 2 Ghost is like top tier, and Forrest is like, oh. I mean, I watched it, and I'm gonna stand beside him. I watched season 1, I watched season 2, and I'm gonna watch season 3. But here we are. But we're going to wrap this thing up. Y'all, I appreciate you guys for coming through. Now, my audience that watches this may not be my audience that watches reality TV, but if you do, don't be afraid to, check out my Never Ever Met's recap that I did live last night. I got some more content coming for you guys, but for right now, we're going to focus on this and Never Ever Met's, because I got 2 more episodes of this, and I got 4 of this before, they go on a little break. So we're going to stick with these 2. And that's gonna be it. I'm gonna throw some probably some revisits and some other things in there. I'm watching a couple other things. I'm gonna try to get you guys some more shorts up. Anybody that comes through on the replay, where's my littles? I can never keep up with them. Please leave a comment, hashtag replay, drop your favorite emoji, my favorite emoji, anything you want that just helps your girl with the algorithms of it all, the YouTubes of it all. You see on the bottom, hopefully you stick around to the end of the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment in the comment section, share this video where you share your videos. I didn't make my 500 goal, so we done push that back a little bit. I'm trying to make that 1K by the end of the year. So help your girl get to 500 by, I just picked a random date, y'all, by 7/15. That's going to be the last one, okay? Because after that, I'm just going to say, help me get to 1,000. 1,000 by the end of the year. But share the video where you share your video. As always, I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other content. And oh, that's about to be way too loud. I'm just gonna put my traveling music on, child. I took down that live that I just was all out of sorts. Blame it on the goose. I can feel it. This one. Wait, that's the wrong thing. See, you're pressing the wrong buttons. Peace, y'all.